Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here for Meditation a Day. Today we are doing meditation excavation, which is where we just go into meditation. We invite you to join us, and then we just share with you out loud what Spirit is showing us. And we're so glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Teri, thank you for being right here. Look at
Always
this.
love being with you in person.
I know. That's awesome. Okay. Why don't we just go into meditation? Teri's going to start us off.
Let's do that. Well, we've got angel wings behind us, so we're going to call in all those beautiful angels. Just get comfortable, take a breath in, and we're going to invoke the energy of Archangel Raphael, bringing us healing during this time together. Archangel Michael, make this a safe space. No judgment, just love, holding each other, and only love and light coming through. Archangel Gabriel, we invite you to bring in some clarity for us. Help us to understand the messages that we receive. And Archangel Uriel, the angel of Earth, as we honor Earth Day and our beautiful planet yesterday, carrying on into today. Help us to ground our energy. So breathe in, feel that breath going down the length of your body. Uncross your legs or your feet and put them flat. And then feel the roots growing from each foot down into earth. Maybe you'll go right to the core where that crystalline center is. Immerse yourself in that energy of healing and love. And then breathe that back up, 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 up to your heart and anchor it into your heart center. Now we're going to take one more breath in, a deep, deep breath, and focus our energy up and out to the universe. We're going right to the great central sun, right where we can ask the divine to come into our hearts. God the Creator, Divine Mother, Christ, asking us to be filled with that Holy Spirit energy, inviting any ascended masters, loved ones, angels and archangels, spirit guides. We invite you now, and we breathe that energy down into our hearts. And this has opened up a channel for us now to receive messages, to see the images that they want to show us, and the teaching that they want to give as we meditate. So join with us. Just relax and enjoy. As soon as I said relax, Archangel Raziel has been so present the last couple of days, and I consider him the clown of the angels because he loves to make us laugh. And he showed me and Ruth both lounging in a chair out in the sun. So we got sunshine shining down on us, Ruth.
And I have to tell you, I am hot all of a sudden. Gosh.
They work fast.
So we came off a big day yesterday of Earth Day and spending all day celebrating the planet. And what I heard this morning earlier and what I heard again was tend to the earth. And what they mean by that is in your own space, plant some flowers, bring some flowers in, give a flower to a friend, tidy up the weeds, tidy up trash in your area, just make your area beautiful and just tend to the earth right there, right around you. But as we soared up to that great central sun, what I heard was, yeah, tend to the earth, but come spend time up here. So we're just acknowledging the earth, but we're going up to spend time with the Creator as we're asked to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just saw a big smile and felt the warmth. We tend to get back what we give out. So if we're giving out love and positive energy, we're going to feel that in our hearts.
I'm just watching us lounge.
Yeah. And then the doggies joined us. They wanted to bring in some animal energy today.
Well, as soon as you said that, the place got filled up with different animals. Or as they would say, we were here all along. You're just now seeing this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm reminded of the thought that you had the other day about the earth. Somehow it came out in meditation. The earth, was it giggling when the animals walked on them?
Right. It felt their footsteps. Yeah.
And how often do we think about our own footsteps on Gaia? Are we walking prayerfully, reflecting as we walk, walking angrily? I think it's important to pay attention with how we're treating our earth. I'm reminded of the Native Americans, and I've watched them so many times do their beautiful dancing on the earth, and they don't stomp on the earth. They just lightly put their feet down and pick them back up again. It's so beautiful to watch. And I think that's the vision of walking prayerfully, honoring the earth, honoring what it gives to us, which is everything we need to survive in this human body.
They're taking me over, Teri, to what I had said about the animals always being there, but now we're seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying that that's how energy is. That's how spirit is, always there. But it's not until you gaze upon it, not until you're open to seeing it, that these things are able to be seen by us. But in reality, we always have a full house. We're just not aware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and following that thought of us being energy, we can see our own energy field. And I love seeing people's auras and even occasionally looking to see what my own aura looks like and what that energy is flowing as around me. Is it a color? Is there something that I've picked up that's making it a little duller? It's not shining as bright, but we all shine. All of our energy fields are being shown to each other. And we can see it. We can see it with our physical eyes and our spiritual eyes.
But if we're in that space of sitting with the creator, everything has a bright, shiny aura. Everyone, everything, because spirit just sees us as spirit. It doesn't see us with the trappings of the 3D.
Right. Yeah, just like they hear our energy, not our words. The words are for us to understand each other. They see the essence behind the words.
Teri, we're invited to go walk over to this rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to stand under it and we get to explore it and look at both sides of it and look through it. And our hand just runs through it.
but I can feel it.
Mhm.
It's energy,
Mhm.
and color carries energy. That's why a lot of times when we're doing meditation, we see the colors. I'm looking at you in the rainbow. You've got a purple stripe right across your forehead. It's so fun because when I was sitting in your office, I think it was 2 days ago, and your little reflective crystals were
Yeah.
making the dots all over the ceiling. And there was one that was just a stripe that looked like a rainbow. I don't know how rainbows got associated with good luck, but I just love the energy of them. They feel like a blessing from the Creator.
I believe they are. Divine Mother told me that when Noah was in the ark and he received the rainbow, she gave it to him.
Mm. That makes it even more special.
So if you touch the different colors in this rainbow, are you feeling different energy? Yeah, him too.
Yeah, I love the yellow. It's playful. Like I want to stay there. I want to play. But they tell me to move through it. And Raziel, anytime you mention play, he's all in. So he's at the rainbow, and he's like pretending he's playing a guitar, and the colors, the stripes of colors are the strings. I love that angel. I feel like we need to do something special with him one day. So the colors have a frequency, which I've known, but he's just really bringing that out for us. Each color carries a frequency, and there is actually a sound to the colors. Never had that thought before. The sound of color.
Mhm.
And it makes perfect sense when you think about the scale and how each one kind of moves up. So he's showing me that the colors on the bottom are a little lower, and then as it goes up, it gets higher.
Mhm.
And that frequency is higher. We've seen that in the past, that purple, which is not a true color of the rainbow, but it appears. But the top color is a higher frequency.
Higher and lighter. Yep.
Yeah, just like our chakra energy. When we get up to the crown chakra, that energy is much higher in frequency.
It's interesting. You were talking about anger earlier, and they just said, bring up anger. But anger, we often think of with like red energy.
Right. Yeah, because I associate that in the root chakra, which is a red energy, and it's fear. Fear has a lot to do with anger, and anger has a lot to do with fear. When we're in fear, we usually come out across in an angry manner. So anger, yeah, it has its place, as all emotions do. We're not saying anything bad about anger, but we don't want to stay in that energy. We want to process it and see what that's all about and thank it, actually. I actually thank anger when it comes up because it brings our attention to something. And usually it's something that needs to be changed or we would like to see changed. But we don't live there. Living there, it only destroys us on the inside. Yeah, the angels talked about that last night and really want us to understand how harmful it is to stay angry all the time. And they're reminding me, Ruth, that when we come into this world as a human, we only know love. We only know that pure, unconditional love, and that's what we always try to gravitate to. But then we go into our experiences, which is why we're here, to learn through experiences. And that's where we encounter anger. If our needs aren't met, if somebody's saying something to us that we don't like. So it's a learning experience. It's one of our lessons here on earth is anger.
They're combining the music and the rainbow colors and the keys on the piano. There's 8 keys in an octave, 8 colors to the chakras. And if you just keep repeating them, but they're saying with anger, they're suggesting you let it ride like up the keys of the piano to higher and higher and higher.
Mm-hmm.
And then releasing it, because it's hard to hold on to anger when you're in high vibration.
Yeah.
Right? So you raise your vibration and let that anger ride off on the wings of doves.
Oh, I like that. And I'm reminded, Ruth, of the emotional skill that Abraham has taught us. We can move up that scale. If we start with anger, Abraham says, pick a better feeling thought. If you're stuck in constantly regurgitating things that happened and how mad you are about it and feeling like you're unable to move from that point, what's a better feeling thought that you can grab onto? You don't have to go from anger to exhilaration and contentment all at one time. You can move up a little bit at a time. And for most people, I think that's a lot easier. Instead of just hearing, let it go, move it. Like Ruth was saying, keep moving up.
So they're inviting us now to soar. What I'm seeing is I'm going with doves because they were just saying on the wings of doves.
Right.
And we're still in this space in the ethereal realm with this beautiful golden sun, we'll call it, but it's source energy. And they're inviting us to soar. Like as if you're riding on the back of a dove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just let your imagination roam. Just feel that floating feeling because you don't have to do anything. Just be. And that peace will come because that's what happens when we let go. The doves are talking to each other. I see mine with the, what is the leaf? That's the olive branch that is sometimes depicted with a dove when they're symbolizing peace.
Okay, mine's just being funny. Mine's got an olive hanging out of its mouth.
I saw a solid object, but I wasn't sure what it was.
An olive. Why settle for the branch when you can have the olive?
I know, much tastier too. It's hard to be peaceful when you're angry. But what's the intention? Is your intention to stay down in the lower vibration or soar with the doves?
And when you're soaring with the doves, you can have it. You can have the abundance, the lightness of your heart, the laughter. That's where the joy is.
It bubbles up.
Yeah.
You just can't keep it inside. Yeah, we're soaring along, and all of a sudden I see Jonathan Livingston Seagull, and I hear, I can do it. I can fly. You can do it. We all can. So many beautiful thoughts in this meditation today. Soaring with the doves.
You know, most people don't think of spending time with the Creator as fun or joyful, but it certainly can be. It doesn't have to be solemn all the time. There's so much joy to be had. Joy is your birthright. They keep telling us that over and over.
Yeah, this is the year of joy. That's what the angels said in the very beginning of the year. But you're so right, Ruth. It's like for many, and I'm including myself, for many, we come to the Creator with a heavy heart. We come seeking the peace, seeking answers, seeking miracles. So try coming with a light heart. Try coming just to enjoy the peace of sitting with the Creator, however you envision the Creator to be, and just receive. That's what we're doing in this meditation. We're receiving that feeling of floating on the back of doves and trust. You're on something else or something's carrying you. There's a lot of trust involved.
My dove just did a spiral. Well, there's trust there too. And actually what I'm seeing is Michael is laughing. He just turned from that dove into Archangel Michael, and he's just laughing.
Yeah, that was my first thought when we used the background behind us. Michael is here big time.
Well, I guess on the wings of doves comes through again, because we're riding.
Yeah, and I love that song. And some of the words, I don't know all the words to it, but it says, on the wings of dove, we see his pure, sweet love. And we do, when we just be without having to force anything or think about anything or work through something. We just experience love.
Teri, have you ever soared on the back of an angel's wings?
A lot.
Right. What I was just getting was that should be a session to offer to folks and call it Soaring with the Angels.
Oh, I love that.
Because if you've never soared on the back of an angel, you're missing out. It's awesome.
It really is. And you get to really know them. You know, sometimes we think they're this being that we can't touch, we can't feel, because we can't see them with our physical eyes. Although I think I have. I don't think we can limit ourselves in that. But it's an opportunity to really get to know their personality, their blessing that they bring.
And the humor that they hold. We so rarely get to see the humor unless it's Raziel, and then that's all we see with him. But
He's bowing to you for acknowledging that.
and it's hard to stay angry when you're having a good time and laughing. So
Yeah, there's the saying, laughter raises the vibration. It's the quickest way to get you out of sadness or anger or any of those low emotions. Many times I watch something funny before I go to bed at night and sleep, because it does raise the vibration. It puts you in that better place.
so interesting. They were just showing me, it's almost like there's a range of joy that you can experience. And there's the joy you can experience in the 3D. And then when you step into the ethereal, there's a higher range of joy that you can experience. I guess I'd never thought of it.
Yeah, and it's like hearing the angels sing as soon as you go into that etheric realm, because they're just pure joy and love.
And if you can experience that ethereal joy, why would you want to settle for the 3D joy?
Right. Just had a flashback memory of a friend of mine and his daughter, who at the time her doggie was still alive, and she would go right up to her dog and look it in the eyes, and she would say, "Are you happy?" And that always just struck me as so beautiful. So look each other in the eyes. Ask, are you happy? Do you have that joy inside that's going to show on the outside? And ask yourself, look in the mirror, are you happy? It gives us an opportunity to really reflect and think. So many times we get caught up in the rut of daily life and the have-tos. So are you happy today? And I can honestly answer that with a big yes, Ruth.
Yep. Soaring on the wings of doves.
Beautiful. I think they're bringing us back to our lounge chairs. Got my sunglasses on. What a beautiful time together.
That felt like we were all over the place. I won't know till I read the notes, but I think we were.
Yeah, I think it really took us on a little journey there. But I really like that ending thought. Are you happy? And are you smiling? Because the smile is going to reflect, if you're happy on the inside, that it show on the outside.
And there's something you can do about it. You don't need to wait for joy to come to you. That's going to be a long wait.
Yeah, a lot of people have that thought that they have to have something to be happy. You know, a person or money or a career or whatever. If I get that, I'll be happy. It's like, go ahead and be happy now. You know, what are you waiting for? There's no guarantees in life. Be happy in each now moment.
And if you can't get there by yourself, ask in the angels. They'll help you.
Yeah, they sure will. Just looking at those wings and smiling because that was so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thanks to Archangel Michael, Raziel, Raphael, the whole gang. Yeah. Friends, thank you for being here at Enlightened World Network as we just continue to explore all of the gifts, all of the love that Spirit holds for us. So we're glad you're here.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Take good care. God bless. We'll see you soon.